Hey guys, in this video we're talking about handling errors, variables and arithmetic. If you didn't watch the first video, go ahead and check it out. There's a playlist link in the description below since this is the second video, and of course it will be regularly updated. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Again, super simple. It is for beginners. We're only in the first part of this Python course. If you don't know what CodeCademy is, also link in the description below to check it out. But now straight into the video. Handling errors are things that show up when you don't program correctly, if you use incorrect method of programming. Now a simple example would be if you use the wrong quotes in a print statement. So let's say you use double quotes and then use single quotes at the end. That wouldn't work, and I'm going to demonstrate that here now actually. So here on CodeCademy, it says they've written two print statements that will raise errors. One has mismatched quotes, the other has no quotes at all. So like I said, you can have one quote here and this one there, mismatched, will show an error, and this will show an error also. I'm going to run it. I know it's going to fail because you know it's got errors, and here syntax error and blah blah blah. So we're going to fix that by making it have matching quotes. You can use either double or single, but it's better to use double because you might have an apostrophe in texture typing and that will mess it up. So we'll have double there, and that should be fixed, and then we'll have double here, and that will be fixed. So we'll run that and we get a tick. Variables are a way to store data. So let's say you've got 10 apples that you're selling at a shop, and you want to keep that in a variable so you know how many you got. Now you can just say apples equals 10. That's how many apples you've got. And the good thing about variables is they change, they vary, hence the name variables. So these can be updated. So when you update variables, you can say, okay, now someone has bought 2 apples, and then apples will automatically equal 8 without having to actually change the initial variable you assigned itself. That's what we'll be covering next video, but for now we're just going to be using the variables. So what we're going to do is create a variable called today's date. Now to create a variable, all you need is some text, and there's some things you can't assign a variable to. For example, let's say you can't assign it to print. You can't say print equals blah 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 because print is an actual used thing in Python. There's certain text you can't use. I'll find a link for that in the description below. So assign a value that will represent today's date to that variable. So today's date will now have a value of today's date, and today's date right now is 11/01/2020. I guess we'll put it as a string because I don't think you can have a slash. That would actually divide all the numbers. If you have it like that, it divides all the numbers, which is not good. So run, tick, next. Arithmetic is the last part we're doing. Now you don't need to be a maths genius. This is just the basics of arithmetic: addition, subtraction, division, multiplication and modulo. Modulo is just the remainder of something. I don't need to explain what the other 4 are, but that's just what it is. So that's what I'm going to program here. Okay, so we're going to multiply 2 numbers together and assign the result to a variable called product. So we actually do this in the opposite order. We create a variable first. So we create a variable called product. We go here and we type product, and then we assign it to whatever we want to multiply. So I'm just going to do 2 times 10. Run that and we will get product. Now nothing's going to be printed out to the screen, of course, because we're not using print, but we know what the answer is, and we know it's working because we typed it correctly. So what is the remainder when 1398 is divided by 11? Save the results in a variable called remainder. So modulo is coming into it here, and I'm going to explain that. So to divide, you use this sign, okay? That's the division sign. And we need a remainder when 1398 is divided by 11. So we're going to do 1398 modulo. We're not going to use divide because if we divide, we're going to get 100 and something when we divide it. I don't really care about calculating it, but we want the remainder, so we're just going to do that. Now it's going to be the percentage sign. This isn't that percent of 11 or 11% of that. This is just going to print the remainder of it. So we're going to click run, and we get it. Now actually, just to be fun, let's just print out product and remainder. Boom, 20 and 1. That's the remainder. If you divide it yourself, you'll find out. And obviously 2 times 10 is 20. If you like that video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Check out links to my other stuff I've got in the description below. I've got Instagram, GitHub, my other YouTube videos. So yeah, check them out. And until next time, bye.